and welcome to Finextra TV. I'm Hannah Wallace, and today we're at Rackspace to speak to the CTO, Lee James, about digital transformation. Hello Lee, thank you very much for having us today.
Thank you for having me.
So this is a really big topic and some very exciting developments in this area. So to set the scene for us, can you tell us a bit about some of the trends you're seeing?
You're absolutely right. It's a huge topic that we're seeing at the moment, especially across a number of our customers. And it's really interesting what people mean by digital transformation. Actually, for us, it's all about the customer in terms of what the customer needs and wants. And they're definitely changing in terms of what we see in the financial services sector at this moment in time. And banks are having to respond by new entrants coming into the market as well. So we're seeing Apple and Google and Amazon even bringing their payment services in and then attaching their existing services, whether that's phones or in the retail space, to enrich that customer experience. So there's lots of challenge, but lots of opportunity.
So yes, leading on quite nicely from that then, can you tell us what are some of the challenges for the banks and the businesses in digital transformation?
The key bit for me is around how a bank becomes a service, and it's not just about the transactional service in terms of looking after the money, it's about how you actually provide an experience now for each of your consumers. You know, whether that's if you look at services such as meetclio.com, for example, they actually provide an AI bot, but it's quite fun and it's quite interactive, and it gives you a view of how you're spending your money, but actually makes it, like I said, they have a set of jokes that come with it. They even give you daily money horoscopes, for example. But a really interesting point about that service is they also then provide you with additional services, say money off or Deliveroo, or vouchers for, say, Uber, for example. And that experience, that altogether experience, is less about the money, it's about what you're actually spending and how you're spending that money today. And that's where we're seeing the big change, is where the consumerization is just moving away from the transactional elements into more of an experience element.
A much better way to manage your money as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a better way to manage your money because you're actually seeing it everywhere rather than just looking at a spreadsheet, which we're all used to when we log on to online banking. You're actually seeing it now being put into buckets, whether it's entertainment or it's eating out or it's household bills or it's rent, for example. And then the ability for you to swap and change, you know, or use offers. So for example, if I'm actually spending lots of money, say, eating at Ask Italian, the ability to then get a voucher given to me so it makes it cheaper next time I go, that personalisation or that hyper-personalisation is absolutely key, and it's really winning kind of new customers.
All right, and where does cloud fit into all of this? And it has a big role.
It has a huge role because to deliver that experience, many financial services organisations, especially traditional ones, are seeing a big challenge because this isn't just around taking their existing processes and enhancing those. They're finding that actually to be able to deliver that new service, they're building brand new because of the data flows needs to be changed, the integration needs to be set up, and actually taking a banking system that might have been in place for 30 or 40 years, it's really difficult. So if you actually look at JP Morgan just recently, if you look at the CEO, actually came out with a really interesting statement that said, we are now a technology company. And that technology company process and that technology company profile from JP Morgan has cloud actually underneath all of that in terms of being able to react and respond quickly as well. So if I look at cloud technology, especially in the banking space, it's enabled people to trial and test. It's enabled people to reach new markets, but understand the cost of those new markets, try those new experiences, but understand that you can scale on demand when customers do take that voucher from Ask Italian, or do then want to move into, say, vouchers or loyalty schemes for Costa Coffee, or, for example, then wants to pay all their bills on a different monthly payment, for example. The ability to scale is being provided by those cloud infrastructures.
All right, and I want to end on sort of the crystal ball question, as it were, looking towards the future. How do you see this space evolving?
I'm just terribly excited. Like I said, I'm a big user of meetclio.com, and I love the idea of AI and machine learning, understanding my behaviour and habits, but also then giving me back preferences and giving me back hints and tips, actually making it quite fun along the way as well. So all I can see in the future is that experience coming more and more to the fore in these applications that are going to be delivered by all these different fintech organisations, but also existing providers as well. But it's going to be a huge demand. There's going to be a huge demand on cloud technology. There's going to be a huge demand on organisational change, a huge demand on understanding how data flows work with inside organizations. So some of that complexity is going to have to be understood, so it allows them to move fast, because a new experience, a new banking as a service, is actually going to be, that will move from being exciting and new to being actually just the norm. So being the norm has some interesting challenges, especially around data and security, and making sure that now that we have that deep knowledge of every single consumer, that we're keeping it protected, and we understand that how that data has been shared, especially across boundaries. So I'm really interested to see that experience of how that then moves into other geographies and jurisdictions, for example, of when I travel the world, and how the banking organisation is going to be able to react to that too.
So watch this space, I think it's safe to say.
Watch this space, but also get ready to smile. And I think it's a great thing that we can say that the banking arena and the financial services arena is going to make us smile, and I really look forward to that.
Great. Lee, thank you very much for sharing your insights. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.